My people, my people, my people, my people, my people. The most beautiful people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is your favorite and most hated son, Alan Palmer, saying hi to my people, the people that I love, the most beautiful people in the diaspora, the residents, citizens, and friends of Vincentians all over the world. I am going to be inviting people to this live video. We're going to discuss where did Storm get millions of dollars to have $1 million luxury housing project. And we're going to speak about the Ashell Morgan situation too. Right? I want you to come and join me. I want you to share this video. And while I talk here, I'm going to be inviting a few friends to watch this video. Now, when I was a little boy growing up, my mother used to always talk about a lady named Benita Palmer. They say she went to Trinidad when she was a young girl. Apparently, Benita was a very beautiful girl, and she had a heart of gold. That she was my aunt, my father's half sister, right? If you are in Trinidad and Tobago, you know this lady Benita Palmer. Tell her Alan Palmer and the Palmer family of St. Vincent and the Grenadines says, hi, Claire told me she heard from Benita last week, right? And she wanted to know how we were doing with the volcano. And Benita would be a lady in her twilight years, and it showed that God have blessed her. She was such a beautiful lady that my mother always wanted to see her, but she never got a chance to see her before my mother passed. Beautiful soul. Tell Benita, Alan Palmer, and the Palmer's family of Rose Place, say, her nephews and nieces, say hi. While I'm here, let me say condolence to Don and Jose Lynch of Bottom Tongue on the passing of their mother, Miss Lynch, the Justice of the Peace for our community. Miss Lynch was a pillar of the Bottom Tongue community. Never a bad word. Always a counsel for everybody. Let me tell you how Miss Lynch operates. She never tell us what to do. She always say, you boy, Alan, why are you doing that? You know, if your father see you, he will not be pleased. Why are you trying to displease your father? Words to that effect, right? Another thing, right? When you hear she know our names. She know our government name, she know our nickname, she know our parents' name. If you hear Miss Lynn say something like, you boy for Palmer, why are you doing that? You know, if your father see you doing that, he would not be appreciative, he would not like it. That means she's totally dissatisfied with what I'm doing. And she's calling me out. Another thing she did, right? When you hear Miss Lynn see her passing, she say, hey, Alan, come here. Open the gate and come inside the yard. Open the gate and come in the porch. Sit down on this chair here. And she always have some counsel when people come and see you in Miss Lynn's porch. Sit down. You know that you're getting a scolding. You're getting some counseling. Because Miss Lynch was like our mothers. One time she invited me into her porch. She said, Alan, I saw you under the shed. And those guys light up their marijuana cigarette. And you stayed there. You inhale all of that smoke. If the police only came by and saw you and they raid the shed, you know what was going to happen? They're going to sort you, they're going to throw you up against the wall like you're a criminal. They don't know that you're not involved. So the next time you're under that shed or anywhere and you see them light up their marijuana cigarette, get out of there, find a reason to leave. Anywhere you are and you see them involved in criminal activities, find a reason to get out of there and get out of there quick. Run. Miss Lynch have been a wise counsel to me and to many others in Bottom Tongue. And I say condolences to Don and Jose on the passing of our mother. She was your blood mother, but she was our mother also. Condolences. People, a lot of things to discuss today. If you're going to join me today, I want you to share this video. Share this video because we have a lot of important things to discuss. And the information is not for you alone, it's for everyone, right? So if you are going to join me today, right, share this video. Let us talk about Storm Gonsalves' big multi-million-dollar housing project in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let us talk about Ashell Morgan's criminal behavior. And I have the authority to scold Ashell and to counsel Ashell about her behavior. Because me and that child go way back. I was once her mentor. And I am going to call the spade by its right name today. Right? Natasha, how are you doing, my friend? Share this video. People let us share this video because Ralph Gonsalves, people just passed by. I started this video now. I did the introduction. I did everything. The story that I said earlier, I said it. Right? And one of his minions passed by. And he put my thing on private. So I had to go back now and restart it and do the introduction all over again. They don't want the people to know what is happening. So people, if you share this video, when you share it, let me know that you share it and let me know where you're watching from, because I have some important information for you. Important information that will show you a trend in St. Vincent and Grenadines. So let me see, anyone sharing this video? Who share it? Natasha Olive is watching. Natasha, did you share this video? Hi, Natasha. Mine Barber, where you watching from, mine? As usual, tell us. We know, but tell us, let you all know. Right? And share this video as usual. Hi, mine Barber. Elsa Wynn is watching. Elsa, if you go and stay with me, please share this video. My cousin Sylvia Jack is watching. Yes, Sylvia, we thank Don and Jose for sharing his mother with us. Right? Jean Kolzak is watching. Jean, where you sharing? Mine Barber is in Canada. Mine, did you share this video? Diana Williams. Natasha. Olive. Natasha in the Middle East? Oh my goodness. That is the wife. Natasha is one of our girls from St. Vincent and Grenadines. Her husband is a United States serviceman. So when they deploy him certain places, sometimes she has to accompany him. So right now, Natasha is in the Middle East. Natasha, please be safe. Our prayers are with you. Right? Tell your husband that our prayers are with him and we love you guys. Right? Be safe. Now, people, let us share this video. Tell me where you're watching from and tell me when you shared. Mine Barber, Vincent Canadian in the house. Now, mind you share this video. I ain't seen no notifications. I did not see any notification that say you shares. We have some important information. Where one of Ralph Gonsalves, close person, I'm going to call his name, not because I want to out him, but because I want to protect him. Right? My goodness. Narak Sejak is watching. I don't ever pronounce your name correct, but please forgive me. Is watching from Barbados. Natasha D. Brown have just arrived. Natasha, do the honor. Share this video. Let us get, hey, we have 14 people online now. Let us get this up to at least 50 people in the next 2 minutes so we can have a nice discourse. And this information could go all over the world. And people should know what they need to know. Nerak people, lady, Mr. whoever you are, from Barbados, my apologies to you. I have just made a mess of your name. Your name is a name that I just cannot pronounce. But I am happy that you are here. And I hope that I'll touch base with you so you can teach me how to pronounce your name. Diana Williams shared, and she is in the UK. German Palmer is watching. German, where are you watching from? And please share this video. Let us get this up. Let us get this up because we have some important information. Remember, people, this information is not for you alone. This information is for the entire Vincentian and Caribbean people in the diaspora, right? Because St. Vincent and Grenadines ain't nowhere unless Barbados is included. Barbados ain't nowhere unless Trinity is included. Trinity ain't nothing unless Jamaica is included. Jamaica ain't nothing unless Guyana is included. Guyana ain't nothing unless Antigua and Bermuda is included. We are all one big happy family. So this information is not for you alone, Vincentian. This information is for our people in the diaspora. They must know what is happening in our country, what we are going through. So they, like the two Rasta men from Barbados, who came on social media and called Ralph a wicked demon, they can also intervene on our behalf. I see my sweetheart, Fiona Goodings, is watching. Bones Prescott is watching. Now, people share this video. Please share this video that we get a good audience. Because what is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it is not right. How one group of people could be allowed to prosper while everyone else is experiencing hardship and poverty. Dennis Richards, France Richards is watching. Dennis, where you watching from? Share this video. Vivian Jones is watching. Vivian, where you watching from? Share this video. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know when you share. And share this video, please. Let us go. Now we're gonna start. Now, let me put a disclaimer here. One of Ralph Gonsalves' close associates gave me a head up about the Storm Gonsalves project. I'm going to call his name. I'm not going to call his name to out him. I am going to call his name to protect him. And I will explain to you why I'm calling his name to protect him and not to out him. Right? Let me say hello to Jacqueline Oliver, who is residing in Canada, the sister of my good friend, Brinsley Oliver from Beckwith, right? So now people tell me where you're watching and tell me where you're watching from. Now, this is why I'm going to call Mr. Johnny Oliver's name. Johnny Oliver run against Dr. Friday in Beckwith, right? But even Johnny Oliver, who is a part of the Unity Labour Party and was a candidate on behalf of the Unity Labour Party, tried to warn me about this project. So why I am telling people that Johnny Oliver, why I am putting Johnny Oliver out there, right? Let me tell you why I'm calling his name. I'm calling his name for the same reason Mr. John called Ashell Morgan's name when he identified them as his attacker. In mid-February, I did some videos that show that Ralph Gonsalves is trying to recolonialize St. Vincent and the Grenadines, trying to bring in all kind of white people from outside to invest under the guise of investment so that they can take advantage of Vincentian. Right? So I speak about Bongo Shaka, I did a series of videos. I speak about the Scrub House and the properties in Park Road, Bentic Square area that Ralph Gonsalves have acquired and does not have money to pay for. I speak about the property that he acquired from Marcus the Freitas and all of these things, right? And Mr. Johnny Oliver was so disturbed by what he was seeing and hearing that he told me that they are trying to illegally acquire property in Beckwith. Ralph Gonsalves' son Storm, right? I didn't pay any attention to what Mr. Oliver said because I said probably they are trying to distract me from something that is very important. Until I saw Storm Gonsalves was now advertising it, right? So I know Mr. Johnny Oliver was right and he was disgusted with what was happening in Beckwith. And I'm not calling his name to out him. I'm going to tell you why I call his name. On Tuesday, people, you can't call me now, I'm in the middle of a live. On Tuesday, I befriended Johnny Oliver and I sent him a message that I want to speak to him. He sent me back a message to find out what you want to speak to me about. Right? Listen carefully, people. Listen carefully. I said, I saw you sent me a message about Storm Gonsalves investment in Spring Estate in Beckwith, and you appear to have been dissatisfied with the procedure in which they are taken to acquire these lands. So I want to talk to you about it. Right? I know that Ralph Gonsalves minions in California listens to everything I do online. Every conversation I have, every text I send, every email I send, they have me well hacked up so they know. So yesterday, when I called Mr. Olivier on the appointed time, he did not answer his phone. 3 times I called him. And then I remember, oh my goodness, how could I put this man's life in danger by trying to get him to speak about things on the phone that he should not be speaking about, not even a third party. Remember what happened to Mr. Cruikshank when Mr. Cruikshank left the Unity Labour Party and started associating with the NDP. Julian Francis and them organized a hit and had a car run Mr. Cruikshank down and kill him. We know what happened to the servant of the Lord. We know what happened to Glenn Jackson. I do not want to be responsible for Mr. Johnny Olivier's sudden demise, either by an accident, a cold-blooded murder, or by them injecting him and getting him sick from cancer or some other things. Because that is what they do here in California. And we know Ralph Gonsalves is following these people in California, right? So that is why I am calling Mr. Olivier's name here in this video. So anytime you see anything suspicious around Mr. Olivier's house or in his environment, call the police, warn him, right? Because Ralph Gonsalves and them would be of the opinion that Mr. Olivier is jumping ship and he is letting out secrets and speaking things that he shouldn't be speaking about. So this is why I am calling his name, so that if anything suspicious happened to this man, we know why and we know who he's going to point the pink fingers to. Now, let me tell you something about Spring Estate, right? Spring Estate is a portion of prime property, beachfront property in Beckwith. Prime beachfront property. These are property that the average Beckwithian cannot afford. If you didn't have property from your father, left it for you as a child or something, and you want to buy property in Beckwith, it is very expensive. And if you want beachfront property, it is highly expensive, right? These properties are owned by a foreigner, white man named Mr. Fisher, who saw the value in these properties and buy them up very cheap many years ago. He don't even live in Beckwith, right? His children don't live in Beckwith, but they are the owner and possessors of these property. Another large portion of this property is owned by a lady, Miss Hinson. Miss Hinson is affiliated to Ralph Gonsalves, right? School children say that Miss Hinson allegedly have a child, and school children say it's Ralph Gonsalves' child. I don't know if that is true, but that is what school children say. So the question is, where Storm is going to acquire these lands? How is he going to acquire these lands? And from whom is he going to acquire these lands? Is he trying to use his father's relationship with Miss Hinson to bully her or to steal Miss Hinson land, using his father as an excuse to acquire these lands? Is Ralph Gonsalves and Storm trying to bully Miss Hinson into selling her land to Storm at a meager fraction of the current value of the land? The question we have to ask, why was Johnny Olivier, a sworn member of the Unity Labour Party, saw it fit to make the comment that he made on my post, a comment, mind you, that have already been removed, right? Why he is not satisfied with the manner in which they are going about trying to acquire these lands from whoever they are going to acquire the lands from. So that is why he felt the need to impulsively, it was not planned, he just impulsively speak up. Dr. Friday will not look into this. It's in his constituency. Because people are wondering how Ralph Gonsalves' belly is so big. I'll tell you why Ralph Gonsalves' belly is so big. It's because Dr. Friday is so far up Ralph Gonsalves head is so far up Ralph Gonsalves' ass that Ralph Gonsalves is congested. He can't get to pass anything. Dr. Friday will never challenge Ralph Gonsalves. He will never go out of his way to look into the interests of the people who elect him to represent him. Right? So let us hope that he go and find out where Storm is going to. Keldon Patterson, I thank you for sharing, my brother. You are a faithful soldier, I don't have to tell you. Where Storm is going to have this luxury apartment development, luxury home development, who he is expecting to purchase these lands from, and what are the tactics he is engaged in trying to purchase these lands from whomever these people are. Because Johnny Oliver does not have anything to gain but everything to lose by bringing these information to our attention. Right? He's going to be ostracized from the party. He's going to not going to get the perks and the benefit that he used to get, because they will see him as one who have betrayed their party, who have betrayed their political interests, and who have betrayed their trust. But this is just a Vincentian who don't like what he's seeing and have decided to speak to me, but he didn't really get to speak to me. And as I tell you, the comment that he long made on my post have been removed. When I called him yesterday, as he planned to call, when I called him, he didn't answer his phone. I don't know whether he was threatened. I don't know whether he's afraid for his life. I don't know whether if he knows that they will be watching him and listening to his phone. Peter Mitchell, Far Rockaway in the house, and you shared, I love you, my brother. Right? That is why he didn't answer his phone. I don't want to put Mr. Oliver's life in danger so that I can inform you of what is happening. Right? There is other way that I am going to get the information without compromising this man's safety. People, I have a video to share where a lady was speaking about Benji putting a hit on her, and Ralph Gonsalves, who was Benji's lawyer, who knew about the hit, came and offered at least $50,000 or $75,000 in her bank account, unknown to her, so she could drop the case. She fly out of St. Vincent immediately. She left all the money in her bank account. It's probably still there waiting for me to come and claim it. Right? So we know that Ralph Gonsalves have been associated with criminal elements. We know Ralph Gonsalves is not afraid to murder people who he think is betraying him and his party. People, share this video. Share this video, people. Share this video. Let the world know the kind of criminal we have running our country. Right? Now, let us talk about integrity and what politicians and their children cannot do, which would amount up to corruption, right? And which are criminal charges, right? So let me tell you something. When I listen to me, I'm not talking so enough, because everything that Ralph Gonsalves acquired while he is Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where he used the influence of his office to acquire it, is an illegal act. It's a criminal act, and I am going to make sure he loses everything. Same for Julian Francis, same for Eloise Gonsalves, same for Camilo Gonsalves, same for Storm Gonsalves. Listen, this is not being communist, right? This is the principle of capitalist states, where politicians are not allowed to get into business dealing for themselves while they hold public office. It is a conflict of interest, right? And the only people who are going to lose is the citizens of these states. Let me tell you what Ralph Gonsalves cannot do. First thing, let us discuss Storm. Storm is not a businessman with a successful business that is generating income or profits that would allow a bank to give him millions of dollars to acquire prime beachfront real estate on an island like Beckwith. He does not have that kind of business acumen. First thing. So if a bank is going to give him money to go into such a business, it is because those banking representatives are doing it illegally and contrary to bank policy and bank procedure, right? Therefore, the loan will be an illegal loan. If Ralph Gonsalves, as his father, call up the bank and decide to back the loan for Storm, it is illegal because what he's doing as a public officer with the highest political post in the land, it's illegal, it's corruption. It cannot be allowed to happen. Natasha, I see you chiming in. I know you want to, but let me make the point and I'll read all of your comments and we'll discuss them after. Right? And if you want to come live with me, don't be afraid to send me a request. Anyone who wants to discuss. Now, you have to also remember that if you are going to lend an enterprise millions of dollars, that enterprise must have some collateral to secure it. And if Ralph Gonsalves is going to back Storm's loan, Ralph Gonsalves must have strong collateral that will be able to cover the loan that he's going to back with Storm. Remember, Ralph Gonsalves for many years operated a failed business, a failed practice. His mother paid his rent, his mother paid his bills, his mother paid the salaries for the people. Christine Lynch is watching. Christine, share this video, right? We must also remember that the house that he lived in was purchased for him by his mother. So he does not have any collaterals that will make him eligible to back a multi-million-dollar loan for his son to acquire prime beachfront property. First thing, we have to also remember that Ralph Gonsalves is the most senior civil servant. He is on a fixed salary. And therefore, his salary can be calculated and determine whether or not, if Storm default in this loan, who is going to be responsible for the repayment of the loan. So therefore, even Ralph Gonsalves is Prime Minister, he does not qualify as a viable agent to back a multi-million-dollar loan for his son because he does not have the collateral that will cover the loan. And if any bank gives Storm a loan to acquire these lands, they are doing it under duress, outside of banks' policy, rules and regulation, and that is a crime. It's a crime of corruption. It is called nepotism, right? People, listen to me carefully. So we see Storm does not qualify. He does not have the collateral or the business acumen to convince a bank to give him a loan, a multi-million-dollar loan to start this project. His father does not has the collateral or the acumens to convince a bank to lawfully give his son a multi-million-dollar loan to start this project. So the question we have to ask here, where is Storm going to get this money to start this project? So remember, we have addressed the first thing. We have to see whether he is using heavy-handed tactics to muscle these people out of their lands. And since he That is Dr. Friday's job. And since he does not qualify where collateral and business acumen is concerned to get a loan, where he's going to get it from? Since his father does not qualify to be where collateral is concerned and where business acumen is concerned, because father is on a fixed salary, where is Thomas going to get this money from? Huh? That is why they are calling for millions of dollars in volcano relief, because they want to get money to make their son a millionaire. The money that is being sent for St. Vincent and Grenadines for volcanic relief will never see the people who need it. That is why the British government, under the counsel of Queen Elizabeth, has barely gave us $1 million, because they think, listen, volcano relief is not to make our country better off than it was before. It's to help us to alleviate suffering and to try to bring us back to where we were before we had our problems. So let Gonsalves go and talk about, oh, we want this, we want millions, we want millions. People, it is not long time where people didn't do the maths. Queen Elizabeth, the British government, the American government, the Canadian government, the Barbadian government, Grenada are going to give us 1 million easy. Right? They all know our economy. They know the size of our country. They know our population is only $100,000. And since Camilo, between March and December, would have spent $53 million on COVID-19 relief. That is equivalent to almost $400,000 for Vincent, who is living in Vincent, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Then therefore, there is more than enough money to go around. Ralph Gonsalves, in trying to deceive the St. Vincent and the Grenadines people, he said you have $60-something million, $68 million put aside for disaster relief. Don't you think the British High Commission would have already informed the British government what he said? Don't you think the American embassy in Barbados would have already informed the American government what they said? Don't you think the Canadian consulate would have already informed the Canadian government what they said? You have such money for disaster relief? That is why they are only giving him a few dollars. Because in trying to fool the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, he put a nail in his own coffin. So now he is only going to get, hey, and Queen, the British government is not even giving them the money. They are giving them the money through the United Nations. So if any misappropriation of funds, the Vincentian community cannot go to British and say, the money that you give us didn't reach where it's supposed to go. The United Nations, the British government have already washed their hands on that, because they have already given over 800 and something thousand pounds, which is just equivalent to just over $1 million EC dollars, right? Because they know that they cannot trust the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to put these monies where they are needed. And if they don't donate in a time of crisis to one of their sister fellow Commonwealth country, to a country who is a part of the United Nations, it will look bad on them. So they're just giving them just enough to feed the displaced people, take care of those people who are displaced for 3 months, because that is what the British government says. We are going to help you with these displaced people for 3 months. This is the money you will need to take care of them. Take care of them. Ralph Gonsalves shoot himself in his own foot when he tried to fool the Vincentian people and say he have all of this money, not knowing that the Canadian government, the British government, the American government, the French government have intelligence agencies that pay attention to the affairs of what is happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So when he followed my advice, he didn't follow the advice correctly. And he gone and to the United Nations Security Council to beg for money. The wrong place. The wrong place he went. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He gone to the wrong place to ask. I told him what to do. But because he don't want to appear to be taking my counsel, he gone to the United Nations Security Council. That is not where you go to solicit aid for your country. That is not where you go, dumb. So he shoot himself in his foot. So he could go and say, oh, we want that. It was almost impossible for us to get back on our feet. They are only going to give us meager dollars because the government cannot be trusted to ensure that the resources get where it's supposed to be going. They know that the people will not get the money. They know that the money that he's trying to accumulate is to give Storm to invest in the multi-million-dollar project in Beckley. People share this video. Let me know when you share it. I'll big up in between. Right? So, that is the current status. I am going to dig more. I'm going to find out where. Oh, I forget to tell you that presently there is a luxury housing project that is going on in the same Spring Estate that was put on hold because when the seaweed came up, the stench was so overpowering that the people think it was not in the best interest of the workers to have them work through this overpowering stink that the seaweed produces. I have been doing my homework. I know what is happening. I've been paying attention to the issues of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I've been calling people. I've been talking to people. You understand? Now, let me, before I go on to the Ashell Morgan situation, let me hear what the people have been saying about what I have been just speaking about there. I saw Natasha Olive. Natasha is a serious woman, you know. Natasha Olive, she's a serious woman with your politics. She's a serious woman with her country. So let me see what was said. Yeah, okay. My barber in Toronto. Natasha Olive in the Middle East. Right. I'll get on to the comments now. Diana Williams have shared it. Right, nice. Vivian Jones, you're watching. Nice to have you. Daryl Kid. Alan, I hope you have permission to call some of these people's name. No, Daryl, I didn't have permission to call his name. But I am calling his name in his own interests. To preserve because they know that I speak to him. And they apparently called him. That is why he didn't answer the call yesterday, right? So I am letting the people know what he did. So if you see anything suspicious around Mr. Anthony Oliver's premises or in Beckway, give the police a head up. Give Mr. Oliver a head up. Call my good friend Brinsley Oliver, ex-police. He will know what to do, right? He will know what to do. Ilan Patterson just shared, right? Now, let me see. Peter Mitchell. Nice, my brother. Nice to have you. Okay, let me get to Natasha now. Isn't there extreme poverty in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Where's Tom going to get the money? Good question, Natasha. I don't know where he's going to get the money. Jane Verum James. I'm getting a little problem reading it. My eyes are tired. He is totally right. Too much corruption. More in the matter besides the pistol. You are correct, my brother. You are correct. Natasha Olive. Natasha Olive was asking a thing that I touch on. Who is going to co-sign Storm's loan? And Natasha, I know you are serious when it comes to your politics and you're serious when it comes to St. Vincent too. Who is going to co-sign? because we know that he is not eligible, right? So who is going to co-side alone? And that is what I was trying to find out. Daryl R. Kidd. Could he not have inherited and passed? Hey, listen to me. Everything that Miss Gonsalves and Mr. Gonsalves leave, they have children for whom it must be divided, right? Ralph Gonsalves have been draining his mother account for many years. So when the Gonsalves property is divided up, Ralph Gonsalves have to take less because he have been a leech on their property. He have sold lands without permission when he wanted money, right? So the amount of money and property that they have to share among the brothers and sisters is far less because Ralph Gonsalves have already taken his fair share. So that is not an issue. Ralph Gonsalves don't have nothing to leave for his son. Yes. Wesley Williams said the man is talking about Bitcoin coins and all kind of thing. Or we big shot. Right? So people share this video. Michael Brown, let me hear what Michael Brown say. Ralph using the government of SVG to make his children millionaires while the Vincentian people regress in being peasants without any land. You are correct, Michael. You are correct. Cheryl, thanks for watching. Right? Castle fight is saying. Now joining myself. I went to his profile the other day. Okay. Natasha. One of the gardeners trimming the edges. One of the gardeners, he was doing it fast all the time. When he come to the gazebo where I'm in, he's going slowly because he wanted to stop the light. Right? Fluffy Lewis. Fluffy Lewis is saying that we all studying the wrong things. My God, our country needs prayer. But studying Ralph, Fluffy knows that is not the issue. Remember Fluffy, they're talking about prayer, they're talking about the Bible. When they're talking about the Bible, they call Alan Palmer's name. In the Bible, there's a prophet called Nathan. There's a king called David. David take Uriah's wife, right? Nathan didn't go and pray. Nathan did not go and pray. Nathan called David and tell David what he was doing wrong. And David was willing to kill the man who was in his place, who did the thing that he did. He said, show me that man. That man must be killed. Uriah, if Nathan was doing like what the preachers and sinners and the Gwen's are doing, David would have been good in hell right now. We have to address the evil issues. We have to, as a community, address the evil issues. Praying don't solve a problem. The Most High says, what I rather more than prayer and sacrifice and silly oblations is obedience. And he could only get obedience when we, his people, are bold enough to call wrong by its wrong name. John the Baptist lose his head when he tell Pilate that it is wrong to sleep with his brother's wife. His head was chopped off. John the Baptist doesn't go and pray and say, Most High, he's doing something, he's committing adultery in the sight of your people. No, John the Baptist came publicly and he say, it is wrong for you to sleep with your brother's wife. Don't tell me foolishness about prayer. Huh? Don't tell me about prayer. The Most High will never do for us what he give us the intellect and the strength to do for ourselves. We are his children in the same way. A parent who do for the children. A parent who do those things for their children that they taught them, always encourage their children into becoming lazy and inept and dependent, and they never ever try to do anything on their own. So that is why the Most High is our Father. He have given us the strength, the intellect and the wisdom to do what is right. We can't go and tell him to do it for us and pray. No! Get up off of your lazy backside and go out there and do what you want to do, what you're supposed to do. Talk the truth and talk the truth fearlessly. Don't come and tell us what to do. We are living up to our obligation to the Most High. We are living up to our obligation to our people. When Michelle Andrews was raped, it's people like you who ensure that there was a big rape rally. Because instead of you come and lend your support to Michelle Andrews, you probably one of them who went to the rape rally. You probably one of them who ignored Michelle Andrews when they saw her in Kingston and pray for her at home. But what Michelle Andrews wanted more than your prayer was your support to let her know that you are with her. Let me tell you something, people, as remember this. When I was in Bermuda, when Ralph Gonsalves got the Bermudan government to suspend me from my paid employment, it was known all over. The Bermudian people used to meet me and say, Palmer, don't worry, God is with you and we are with you. You know what that did to me? That gave me the will to fight. That gave me the will to fight and to do what I was doing. You understand? So don't tell me to pray. All your mother bad word and go and pray by yourself. Who's sending a... You want to come to talk? Go catch a crowd according to old people. Catch a crowd. You're not our friend. You go and pray. You and Mr. Richards and all, you go and pray. Go and pray. While our people suffer. While our little girls are raped, you go and pray. While our people suffer, don't use the intellect, the strength and the wisdom that the Most High gave you to make a change by speaking out. You go and pray. Now, all over social media in St. Vincent and Grenadines, people are talking about Ashell Morgan and her two cronies, criminal cronies, who went to Mr. John's house in Diamonds and shot this man, a 62-year-old man. Beat him up and shot him. Beat him up and shot him. This can never be right. Ashell Morgan is a senator in the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. She's the deputy speaker. Her accomplice is a lawyer that is employed by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People, I have all right to counsel. I have all right to criticize. I have all right to chastise Ashell Morgan. I'll tell you why. And I will show you something that you will not know. I will never excuse her behavior. I will never say her behavior is wrong. She should be made to pay for her actions. As a child, I know Ashell since she was a child. One of the best children you could ever ask for. I always hope, I wish that she was my daughter. I wish that I would have a daughter like her. She was responsible. She was caring. She was objective. You could never convince Ashell Morgan that wrong was right and entice her to do what was wrong. She was that kind of child that I love that little girl. I always go out of my way to ensure that she was okay. When I left St. Vincent and the Grenadines, one of the people I will call to find out the truth is Ashell's mother, Cutie, to find out how Ashell and her baby sister was doing. Ashell was so protective of her little sister, whose name I would not call because her little sister does not need to be dragged into this situation. She was so protected of her little sister. She was so caring for her little sister and others. So it leads me to ask, what could have happened in this child's life that would have derailed her from the path that she was on, that would lead her to be a model citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Now she is numbered among the criminal element of our country. What could have happened in that child life that could have caused her to make such a metamorphosis in her life? What? People, let me tell you something. Anytime you see someone is falling short of their potential in such a great manner, there is always an underlying situation. There is always an underlying situation that we have to look into. Remember, I am not justifying what Ashell Morgan did because I am close to her, because I love her. I am just trying to show you something and show you a bigger picture. This does not mean that Ashell Morgan should not be made to be paid for what she did for her part in the crime. She should be arrested. She should be charged. She should be tried. It will hurt my heart. But that is what she deserves. If you want to be a criminal, you must be treated like a criminal. And you must, when you engage in criminal activities, pay the price that criminals have to pay. Because remember, a criminal is just a law-abiding citizen who break the law. And if Ashell Morgan is a law-abiding citizen who break the law, she have now caused herself to be numbered among the criminal element of our society. And she should be made to pay for it. But what caused her to make such a U-turn from being a model citizen of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Bright, intelligent, caring, respectful, honest and hardworking, to someone who is now jumping on a political bandwagon and feel free to involve in crime. What caused this? People, the crime where a man imposes himself upon a woman is normally responsible for 80% of the delinquency of society in any country. 80%. The professional will not want to do that because these people in high office are responsible for raping our young girls and our young women and turning them into a shell of what they could have been, turning them into criminals. You understand? I have not spoken to Ashell but I am saying that Ashell's behavior is consistent, is chronically consistent. The U-turn that she made is chronically consistent to a young woman who has been raped in her youth and who have not been given the attention, the love that she needs to help her overcome the rape. The same girl, Dr. Castle King, who steal the product from, she is the same victim. The question we have to ask, who are these people rapists? Because the signs and the symptoms are overwhelmingly classical and are associated to those people who are raped. Let me tell you something, people. The average person don't stray too far from the guidance of their parents, from the values of their youth and their childhood, right? And even if they stray a little, they normally make it back to those values as they get older. You understand? We all know that Ralph Gonsalves is the biggest pedophile in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We all know that Ralph Gonsalves has been instrumental in destroying a lot of the young women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by inviting them to his office under the guise of friendship and interest in their future. And he raped them in his office, destroyed their lives, making them a shell of what they used to be, turning them into criminals. The people who study these things will tell you that if a person who was raped is not taken care of properly, treated and counseled and loved, the chances are they are going to become criminals. The fact that Ashell Morgan saw it fit to leave her home in Upper Diamonds to go to Mr. Drumm's home with two men, it shows that she is vulnerable, and she is feeling vulnerable that she had to get two grown men to go with her to defend her from a 62-year-old man who is no threat to her. Why does Ashell take on this vulnerable feeling? She is a brilliant young woman, a beautiful young woman, a confident child, a confident girls' high school child. Why is she now so overwhelmed with insecurity that she have to get back up to go and abuse an elderly man who is no threat to her? It's because she is undergoing insecurity. The security that was taken away from her as a child, as a youth. She is insecure. That is why she have to go to that length. And guess what? These kind of people, these kind of abused people never take out the aggression on the people who cause the abuse. Now, if Ralph Gonsalves was Ashell's abuser, it would account for his interest, because we know he only elevate and promote the people who he have demonic control over. If Ashell was raped by Ralph Gonsalves and she didn't report it, didn't talk about it, she keep it a secret, it is called Stockholm Syndrome, where they support and defend their abuser, but they are really trying to get away from their abuser, right? So if Ashell is crying out for help, because her action is definitely a cry for help, teacher, doctor, Carcel, Smith, actions is a cry for help. If they want help and they want to come clean, they want to confess, there's nobody to listen to them, because Dr. Friday head is so far up Ralph Gonsalves' ass that he make Ralph Gonsalves constipated and get a big belly. Who are they going to turn to? Ashell is probably crying for help. She's saying, somebody help me. My abuser, my rapist, I have to serve him, I have to be nice to him, and I don't want to. She's crying for help, but there's no one to help her in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. No one. Because Ralph Gonsalves' head, Dr. Friday head is so far up Ralph Gonsalves' ass, it make him look pregnant. Who are these? Look, listen, people. When Anne Musa was the leader of the opposition, Michelle Andrews felt confident that if she come forward, at least there is a group of people who are there to listen to me, to hear what I have to say, and to help out. That is why Nicole and Kay and all those people, first word, gave her the support. Because they had a man like named Eustace who would have encouraged them to listen to what Michelle had to say, help her in any way they can. And knowing the kind of bad dog Nicole Sylvester was, when Nicole smelled blood, Nicole head raised, and she's willing to fight on behalf of her people. Nicole Sylvester is a champion. You understand? And we are missing people like Nicole Sylvester who were fearless and did what she had to do for her people and for her country. Let me tell you something, people. Ashell Morgan is crying for help. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things. You understand? We are all adults now. So if that is how you're crying for help, by hurting, by allowing another person to feel the physical pain that you are feeling mentally, it's the wrong way. And society says that if this is the way you choose to walk, you must be made to pay for it. Simple. Ashell, I have to come at you like I'll go at anyone else, because I have to be fair. I love you. You are Vincentian, but I love all of my other brothers and sisters and siblings in the Grenadines too. I have to be fair. Jeffrey Providence posts a picture of Dr. Gonsalves Smith, who is alleged to have stolen the product from the school which he have control over, the Calico Anglican Primary School. When Jeffrey Providence discovered that Gonsalves Smith was his cousin, he pulled it down and he removed all posts. That's not how I operate. In 2019, an incident happened at the Kingston General Hospital. People called me, they told me about the incident. The person who was involved in the incident, after my review of the information that I have, was negligent and callous. And her negligence and callousness caused the injury of a fellow citizen. I came here and I slapped that nurse around. Yes, I slapped her around. I said she was wrong. She was negligent, she was callous, and she was inhumane in her treatment because the information said that she was. I can only go on the information. My sister Claire called me. She said, Alan, I know that nurse. She's a professional in her duty. I was one of the people who taught her. This is not the way she practiced her nursing skills. You understand? And I think you're wrong. And as a matter of fact, did you know that she is our cousin? This is what I said to my sister Claire. I said, Claire, she may be our cousin, but if she's wrong, she is wrong. This is what our parents taught us. And I know Claire. I said, Claire, I know you will never put me in a position where you make me become a hypocrite because of family. Claire said, Alan, I know you're going to do what is right, but I just want you to know that she is our cousin also. Right? And I dealt with that nurse just like how I am dealing with Ashell, just like how I'm dealing with that Dr. Smith, just like how I'm dealing with any average citizen that run afoul of the law. Listen, they are no threat to us, but I'll deal with them hard. But the people who I want to really lay the bricks on is the people who have political power, who have been misusing our funds, who have been misusing our women, who put people like Ashell in the situation that she is right now. People like Gonsalves, who have been raping our women left, right, and center, causing them to have all kind of mental issues. No politician, I ain't calling his name, but you know who he is. When he declared that he was going to run for NDP, his wife came publicly and tell the world she is not voting for him if she's running for NDP. She voting for Dr. Gonsalves. You know why? Because she is one of Dr. Gonsalves' victims. She is suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. That is why she rather support her abuser than to support the man who say he love her, marry her, and is working his fingers to the bone to make sure that she have a good life. Stockholm Syndrome. You understand? Well, you don't want to hear that. You want to go and pray. Go pray. Go pray, people. Share this video. Share this video, people. Remember, we dealt with 2 topics today. Right? If you miss it earlier, go back and look on the beginning. Leave a comment. Share this video when you watch it. Whenever you watch it, share it still. You watch it on the rerun, share it. You're watching it now, share it. Let us bring everyone up to it. If you didn't see the whole video, go back and start the video and watch what you missed. There's a lot of important information is there for everyone to take note of. People, I think I've gone over my hour mark, right? Cathy Clem, I must read what my woman Cathy Clem have to say. My woman Cathy Clem, I'm putting my business on the street. Charmin is my very good friend. I love her. I love that girl, yeah. You know, when I was going through something, Charmin say, Alan, you have to start to pray. I know you don't pray, and the Most High, this was Charmin. I know you don't pray, and the Most High is still guiding you. Alan, if you start praying, you think you're getting guided now, you'll see a difference in your life and a difference in things. And I took her advice. I'm surprised to talk to the Most High like how I go in here, I talk to him, read his word, talk to him, go down my knees and spend hours. No, but not doing that. And I see the difference thanks to Charmin. That's why I love Charmin Bailey. She's one of the ladies who I used to call, but she's too busy for me right now. She had too much thing going on in her life. She can't have time with me. I used to call her. I used to talk to her. We used to talk. We used to sit down and talk for hours upon hours. Even so, there's another woman, right? And these are people who I consider my dear and personal friends. People, if you came late, watch over the video, right? Leave your comment. Let me know what are your opinion on this matter, because I think I've gone over my hour mark and it's time for me to go. Most High, I thank you for the knowledge, the understanding, and the wisdom that you have given me. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge, the knowledge and the understanding that you have given me with my people. Ha! Cathy Clem, Charmin is defending herself. Never. I am always available to you, my sweetheart. I love you, my friend. You are always right here, close to my heart. All right, people, have a good day. Show some love to someone. Help out where you can in the evacuation center. Everyone you meet, give them the Vincent spirit, give them the Vincent love. Because we are loving people, we are happy people, we are good people. And not because we are going through a little thing here, it doesn't mean that we are supposed to lose our value. Our women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have foreign men in uniforms walking about our street. Women love men in uniform. So my Vincent women, watch them, admire them, keep your legs closed, keep your dignity in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People, Natasha, Cathy Clem, Mind Barber, and all Tony, Andrew Hayward, and all my other beautiful people. Robert Crosby, Wenna Douglas Roberts, and all my other beautiful friends, I say, have a good one.